Corruption at its finest. I want you guys to watch this clip about Justice Clarence Thomas and how he's been taking these lavish trips, which have been paid for by a multi-billionaire, Harlan Crow, who's a real estate investor out of Texas. Watch this clip and I'm going to come back to you and share my thoughts.
Over luxury vacations he reportedly took with a GOP mega donor, according to a bombshell ProPublica report released last week. This is Oma Sadiq, and I'm a politics reporter for Insider. So Harlan Crow is an American real estate developer who's from Texas, and he's donated to several Republicans over the years and conservative causes. And he's been longtime friends with Justice Clarence Thomas and his wife, Ginny Thomas. The ProPublica report revealed that Justice Thomas has been secretly vacationing with Crow for at least 2 decades, and they've been to places like Indonesia and New Zealand on Crow's private jet and super yacht. They've also spent many summers together at Crow's private lakeside resort in Adirondacks, New York. In his annual financial reports, Justice Thomas never disclosed these trips or so-called gifts that he received from Crow, and so this is raising alarm bells for many lawmakers. All federal judges are required to file annual financial disclosures that includes a space to report gifts that they receive. But there is a personal hospitality exception that doesn't require judges or justices to report on personal hospitality, such as private stays at a friend's home, on their financial disclosures. Many members of Congress have often said that the federal judiciary needs to be subject to stricter reporting requirements, and this latest news has prompted Democratic lawmakers to increase those calls. Senate Judiciary Chair Dick Durbin, the top Democrat on the committee, has written a letter to Chief Justice John Roberts urging him to open an investigation into Thomas's trips and calling for the Supreme Court to adopt an ethics code, which they currently are not bound by. There haven't been many public reactions from the right when it comes to this news about Clarence Thomas, though many have defended him in the past. Justice Thomas is widely considered to be the most conservative member of the Supreme Court. Recently, Justice Thomas has been under immense scrutiny over revelations that his wife, Ginny, had been seeking to challenge the 2020 election results. Justice Thomas has also faced calls to recuse himself from any cases related to the 2020 election and the January 6th Capitol riot. And he's joined the majority in several recent decisions, including to overturn federal abortion rights and to strengthen gun rights in the country. The latest controversy comes as the Supreme Court has faced low public approval ratings in recent years, and many Americans say that they can't trust the institution.
Mind-blowing, right? The fact that this guy is able to take these lavish trips and he's not legally obligated to report that he has taken these lavish trips or that his stepson's schooling has been paid for by a Republican billionaire. It's just corruption at its highest level, and it's on both sides. Before you jump into the comments, it's definitely on both sides, between Republicans being corrupt and Democrats being corrupt as well. If you just remember, some months ago, Nancy Pelosi's husband was having insider information and he was buying up all these tech stocks, and he had to relinquish those stocks because Nancy Pelosi was actually presiding over some of the laws and committees that were going to deal and address with this particular tech company and tech throughout the United States. So the corruption is widespread, but the fact that we have a Supreme Court justice who is taking kickbacks from a Republican billionaire donor who we know has the ability to influence the way he operates and votes for the Supreme Court is just corruption at its finest. I mean, I'm not really shocked the fact that America got its start like this, and it began with a lie, it began with corruption. So how do you think it ultimately will end? And the Congress, the United States Congress, has no intention of passing any new laws to try and hold them accountable. You don't hear anything about this on national news, that we have a Supreme Court justice that has been bought and paid for by a billionaire, which I'm sure a lot of them have. And a lot of our Congress people have been bought and paid for by billionaires. So it's just a corrupt system. I'd love to hear your comments on it. Is there a way to stop it, or are we doomed to be flushed down the toilet? Drop your comments down below. Stay with the Voracious Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, I'm out.